So, working on the seat of my Daytona. Well, they're pretty much the leftover remnants of it. So, yeah, working on building a new one. So, I have to just go ahead and say right now, if you're watching the video and you came across it or whatever, how about subscribing, please? It'd be mighty nice of you. But yeah, I'm going to rebuild this seat pedestal here, I guess is what you'd call it. So I'm going to try to take some clips of it as I move along here. This is what I end up with. Slight crack down here in the bottom. It runs up tight and tight all the way down, tight all the way across pretty much, and then I end up with this little crap gap right there. So yeah, that's why I'm not much of a carpenter, but you know what, in the end it looked better than what I had. So I'm just kind of deciding how I want to build it right now, you know. I'll put a little grease in there right now to help with the side, holding the sides, I guess, until I get it all framed up and stuff. So anyways, I'm going to be working on putting this piece in. I just don't know how far I want it set in now. Now I've gotten to this part. Got that back in there. That seat will sit on top of that and on top of this here. So I've got to put this piece of wood up to this line on both sides at 26 3/8. That's this line here. Should be the front wall of this piece of wood here. So I'm going to be working on that. Just not quite sure, because I like to put my brace in and glued and stapled to the side, and then run glue down the front of it, push this back, line it up and staple it. So yeah, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet. So bit of a crack there. Apparently when I cut across that 4-foot board, I slightly drifted about the thickness of the blade. I like using a table saw, but it's not wide enough to cut some of these pieces, so, and use a fence, so I was using my circular saw, and that's kind of where things start to get crooked. Okay, so what's happening here is, whoops, I got this top piece on. There's a angle iron with bolt holes. Comes up underneath here, but you can see my brace down in there. I can't get it to slide back where it needs to be because my brace is in the corners, are blocking the angle iron from sliding back. So I'm going to have to trim a little bit of space off those angle irons so I can get this to sit where it needs to be. I hope you can hear over the air compressor. So, but I think for now, for today, I'm gonna be just done. I got this front piece stapled and glued in. It's pretty good. A little gapping in the side. I mean, I don't know. I'm doing the best I can. This is the biggest gap right here that really upsets me. But I had to shave a little bit off of this wood. And, well, that was the minimum my table saw could take off, because I basically was running the blade right at, if I would have moved the fence over anymore, the blade would have been scraping it. I don't know how it became so much, but it is what it is, I guess. Drilled the hole. We got 2 holes on each side. So what I plan on doing is, because I really couldn't reach back into this last one to mark the hole, so I'm gonna just take these carriage bolts out here and take the brackets off and bolt the brackets on each side with these 2 holes, and that should line up my 3rd one, you know, with this whole top off. Still gotta cut the T-molding groove. I think I want to round these corners right here in the back a little bit. Need to find, like, I don't know, I think a belt sander would do that pretty good, huh? So what I have left to do is drill my 3rd hole on each side, and basically I gotta put my front piece in here with my braces. These will go in here like this. Holes go through the side. This bolts to the front panel in there, however, you know, it goes. Got 2 of those, this front piece, and then the step. Cut the T-molding groove, drill the other holes, sand it down, and primer it, paint it, and oh, I probably better wait until I get my 4 feet, huh? But I'm gonna have to be in this area right here to do that, so yeah, I need to get my adjustable legs to put on there as well. Dang. Okay, so I'm back at this. I'm using a flush cut bit to square up my ends with this mounting surface right here, so I still have to do that on the cabinet as well. So I had to extend my wall out here so I can run the flush cut bit down. But I mean, yeah, the bearing kind of hit that knot right there, and well, flush cut with the knot. So anyways, this front mounting surface will be flush with the cabinet, hopefully, when I'm done. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the cabinet itself. I'm just going to run bolts through here into T-nuts on the other side and get rid of all that angle iron that goes out in the corners. I just think it'll be stronger and, well, it'll look better. So I'm going to have to make my bottom step here removable. And the rubber that goes over top this step and then onto the arcade machine itself, I believe I'm going to just make a pattern out of cardboard and cut one rubber piece to fit it all. And of course this side will just flap up or something to get to the anchoring screws there. So we're getting her done. I need to get a belt sander and a couple other tools to aid my building here. Okay, so I was thinking about rounding this edge off with a belt sander, but I figured I have a flush cutter. I'll just clamp a pattern on underneath there and round that corner off. So yeah, worked really nice. About to do the other side. Got my third hole drilled in here. I got a little bit of Bondo up there in that front corner, and I can primer this sucker. So I have this last corner here. See the rounded one here, and this one's square. I got a bit on a router. Let's see here. This bearing here will follow my pattern, and this section of the bit will cut it off flush. So that bearing will roll along here, and the cutter part will cut up above and just follow this pattern. So then I'll cut that corner off. For anyone that doesn't know how that works, it's pretty cool. And now you can see that it's cut off right with the pattern. So on to the next part of this. So I just got done primering. Once it dries, I will sand it, and then paint it. It's not quite the same, put together the same way as it was from the factory, but it'll be sturdy. At least I hope so. If not, I'll be crashing on the floor when I'm driving my game. Alright, I don't have a paint mask, so I guess I'm kind of wearing this. That way so it filters out some of the particles. I mean, not really the fumes, but at least my nose hairs won't be stuck together right. So this is basically my second coat. Well, actually my first coat. The first one, the first time I sprayed was the tack coat, you know. So I'm probably gonna hit this one more time. I don't know, 15-20 minutes. Whenever one of my test patterns gets a bit tacky. And yeah, I suppose that'll be it. Now I mixed about 50-50 satin black and flat black, so I'm hoping it's not this shiny when it dries. Get a little bit of water in my paint. I don't know, maybe it'll give it a good texture. Well, you can see that it's definitely orange peeled. I got water dripping out my gun as I'm spraying. But I did get a good wet coat this time, all the way around. Probably let this tack up and hit it one more time. I don't really care about the orange peeling, it ain't a car. I just hope it's not this shiny. Because if it is, it's not what I was after, that's for sure. I don't know how this channel going on, but I better not get a copy right stripe. Sorry, it wasn't my kind of music. I must have turned the station rather than the volume down. Nothing against it, just not my kind of music. So I guess I can see all the junk in my garage. Man, I hope it's not this shiny when it dries. I do not want it to be that shiny. I know the satin black wasn't, and I mixed some flat with it. But I also am using some catalyst with it. It says it makes it dry harder and puts more shine to it. That's why I mixed some flat with the satin. Maybe it wasn't enough. Okay. Got my last coat on. To me it don't look much different than the last one I just did. But I don't have any runs. Some orange peeling though. I noticed before I sprayed this coat, maybe the paint leveled out a little bit. It wasn't near as bad. But anyways, I used up most of the paint I mixed, so I didn't have much waste. So, made me happy. Maybe this weekend I'll get to finish putting this all together. Do another video. Okay. It's had about 10 hours to dry after the last coat. Went to work in that, so checking it out. A lot of the shine looks like, or I guess shine, where you could really see really clearly, has went away. A lot of the fish eyeing went away, as much as yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna complain about that finish. I don't know how well it's showing up. Still got more shine than I'd like. I think I can see a little bit of tiger striping. It may have been from the primer underneath because I did it with a rattle can. Hell, maybe I just didn't cover it that good. That's definitely, I don't know, there's a little bit of texture to it, I guess. I do have water in the gun going out of the, when I'm spraying. Won't really focus. Anyways, it's painted now. Next time you see it, I'll probably be putting it up to the machine. Have the seat on it or something. Alright, bye.